This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
What's the best way we could celebrate the Blue Jays season? So we thought, let's sing their iconic chant, but let's do it backwards. You know the chant we're talking about, right?
Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball.
That's the one.
Yes.
That's
now,
the one.
We could just leave it at that, but no, we have to take
Too
it a
easy.
step further. Yes. So we're going to do it backwards. We're also going to play it forward, and then we're going to try to commingle.
Oh, no. Come on. That's two commingles.
We're going to try to commingle your forward and my forward into one song.
Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. Let's hear Pooja doing it backwards first.
Vo has snout. Say shvul, yes, vo.
I think we just summoned a spirit.
Why am I so aggressive?
Is this a seance?
I don't know.
Because I think you're learning from me now. You know you have to do the inflection. You got to get the right tone. You got to sing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was me singing?
Yeah.
Okay, it's better than usual.
You were riding a wave here. Okay, let's turn you around, play you forward, and let's see how close you got.
Okay.
Wov say lubshes. Once the home.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm not going to that game. I'm staying home.
That sounds painful.
That sounds like you tried to get Sia to say it, and she's learning how to speak.
Wov say lubshes. Once the home.
Don't you want to play?
No, I don't. Okay, I'm not going to make too much fun because I think I'm going to be pretty bad at this one too. Here's me saying, okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball backwards.
Vol, hail, smell. Fish, good. Yes, good.
No, we are not the same.
You
You're
gotta
like, see,
sing it.
You're like, see, you understand. You got to sing it. No, I wasn't doing what you just did there. What happens to you? You turn into Homer Simpson.
You got to sing it, and here's how it sounded forwards.
Oh, say. Do, yes. Once, home.
What?
Yeah, thank you.
It's actually happening
I have
right now.
crushed you on the last
But
two.
why were you like hiding under a blanket? Muffled?
I did it in my car this morning on P6.
That was really good. I think that's the best one you've ever had.
Thank you.
Okay, so should we put both of ours? Let's commingle them and put
I don't
it
want to. I don't
forward
want to join.
together?
I don't want to join you after hearing yours.
Let's hear how it sounds.
Oh, say.
Wov say
Do, yes.
lubshes.
Once,
The
home.
Nobody's hanging out with us at the game, that's for sure.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
If you've ever skipped work or school for a ridiculous reason, maybe you called in sick, maybe you didn't even make that much effort and you just didn't show up, or you go out for lunch. This is the veteran move. You show up for the morning, you go for lunch, you don't come back.
Have you ever done that?
No, I just didn't show up for the day, the whole day. There's two really stupid things. Like the Jays season opener is actually a great reason to skip work or school, I think.
Especially as we start to get into the summer months. You can see it where you're already downtown. It just kind of
100%.
makes sense.
Listen, life is short. It's about memories. What are you going to remember when you're, not to get morbid, what are you going to remember when you're on your deathbed? Is it like that extra day you put in, you grind it out at the steel factory or wherever it is you work? Or is it like going to the Jays season opener, watching it with your kid? You know, like those memories of like something special happened. Like that's the important stuff in life.
Or feeling guilt-ridden because you're like, I lied. I lied about why I needed that day off and I didn't really need it.
We are very different people. The two really dumb things I've skipped. So when I was I've mentioned this before, when I was in high school, university, and had sort of part-time jobs, I would always skip the NHL trade deadline day and stay home and watch it because it's like better than Christmas for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And like when you were younger, so your parents were okay with this?
They didn't know. I pulled the fake, like, I pulled the, like, school bag, get ready for school and everything. You wake up early, you go out the door. As soon as parents go to work, double back, go back home all day watching Sportsnet. Yeah.
That's like commitment to playing hooky.
Big time. No, those are good reasons, in my opinion, because trade deadline are some special memories for me. The one that was pretty dumb was in university. Me and my housemate skipped a whole day of class because we were making a pillow fort in the house. I swear. We made it
No.
massive in the living room with tables, cushions, couches, and there was like a password you had to use to get in when new housemates would come in.
Oh! I just thought of something ridiculous I did. I played hooky with in class as well. I didn't go to one of my classes because I wanted to watch
No.
Temptation Island,
Oh, yeah.
a
Okay.
reality TV show.
High five. Welcome to
Yes.
the club of
Oh.
skipping for dumb stuff.
I don't feel guilty. That's a memory that's gonna last a lifetime.
Temptation, baby. What's the most ridiculous thing you've called in sick or played hooky for? I'm so glad Pooja's on the team.
Yeah, looking for the ridiculous. Let's go to Angela in Toronto. Wait a minute, Angela, you played hooky?
Yes, I did.
Tell us.
Gurdeep, you have to understand, this is when I was young and I was kind of stupid and vain. So what I ended up doing one time, I was trying to get my hair done. It didn't work out, so I called in sick.
Wait, so you got like a bad haircut? So you're like, I'm not.
No, I had just a bad. I couldn't do it the way I wanted it, and I said I can't go to work looking like this. I said I had the stomach flu, so I wouldn't be arriving at work.
Wow.
Angela's like, if it's not perfect, I am
Yeah.
not getting out of bed.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, how many days of work did you miss with this? Were you able to fix it for the next day?
No, it was only one day. I never did it again.
Oh my! I actually really love that you're sharing this story, Angela.
This is the kind of thing Pooja would call in sick for, by the way.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't think this is ridiculous at all. It sounds legitimate.
She's always talking about her hair, so this would totally happen.
It was legitimate to me at that time. But looking back, and I said I should have done that, but can't change it now.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever skipped work for? Get a load of this text from our friend Jason Hall from Toronto. Remember when they brought back the McRib sandwich to McDonald's many years ago? I love that sandwich, and I waited 10 years for them to bring it back. So I took the day off and ate 4 McRibs that day. He goes, not the proudest moment of my life, but worth it.
Totally worth it. Oh my gosh, I'm rethinking this whole like playing hooky thing now. These
I'm
are good
telling
reasons.
You missed out.
I know, but we're looking for the ridiculous. Let's go to Etobicoke. Austin, what's that for you?
Grade 9, I was in high school, 1981. Went to Cedar Brae Collegiate in Scarborough, and for grade 9 to play hooky, I know it's stupid and most ridiculous, but I rode the subway line back and forth for 7 hours.
Well,
Wait,
why?
Why? Yeah.
I love subways. I love the tunnels, and just I've always wanted to be a driver, but I was always obsessed with the subways.
I would agree. It is ridiculous and stupid. This is
Hey,
interesting.
well, I want to hear another viewer try to top mine.
Okay, Austin, we got to get Austin hooked up with the TTC somehow.
Seriously, I feel like he was born to do it. Gina texting in to say, when I was 19, I called in sick for a shift at a restaurant I used to work at to be an extra on a film set in Toronto. The movie, by the way, was Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh, that's not a ridiculous reason at all.
That's a great reason, see, because that's a forever memory.
Yes, I like that one. Nikki from Port Perry, have you ever played hooky, and what was your ridiculous reason?
Well, my girlfriend and I in high school decided we were going to skip the afternoon of school to go try on wedding dresses.
Oh, what?
You skipped the afternoon to school to go try on wedding dresses.
Yes, when we were 16 because we thought it was fun.
So nobody was actually getting married at 16. This was just because you wanted to try on wedding dresses?
Absolutely.
Why do I feel like this is a classic scene out of like an 80s Amy Heckerling high school coming of age film?
Absolutely, I think it was.
Nikki, answer me this. You remember this story well. This is a lifelong memory. If you had just stayed and sat in biology class, would you remember that? No, you wouldn't.
Not at all. Not at all.
There we go. See, this is the point I'm trying to make to Pooja. I think she's slowly coming around to it. Nikki, thanks for the call.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Lamest reasons you've ever, or most ridiculous reasons you've ever skipped work or school. Pat Rouse texting in to say, I phoned in sick at the hospital on my last day of work because I didn't want the retirement party.
No.
Yeah, can you imagine?
That's how much you just didn't want to say goodbye to your colleagues?
I respect that move. Everyone else eating your cake, you're at home, you're like, I'm chilling. I'm
maybe
done.
it was an attention thing. Like, I don't need all that attention. Maybe
Yeah,
that was
it's,
it.
it's not for everybody.
Jeez.
I love this text from, you know what, I'm not even going to give out the name because I don't want to get anyone in trouble here. This text came in and said, when I was in 8th grade, my mom, who is a teacher, took the day off work and picked up my friend and I after recess to go to the first showing of the very first Harry Potter movie on opening day.
No.
Yeah.
Mom's a teacher and did that?
I support this move because this person who texted in is going to have that seeing the first Harry Potter opening day. That's a forever core memory. And what, you're going to go to class and like, I don't want to poo-poo class, but you know what I'm saying? Like big picture, this is a lifetime memory.
I wish I was that person. I'm just not.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
So I took my kids on their very first play date at a friend's house. And I will say that up until now, we've been social with our friends, but they've come to us. They've always come to our home.
You're the host.
Yes. I've never actually taken the kids to someone else's home until this past weekend.
You remove them from their home environment. That's dangerous.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really think it through. I thought we were ready. And now I don't think I'm ever going to be invited back for a play date.
Oh, no.
With
What happened?
said friend. So my friend Serena, shout out Serena and Matt. Thank you for having us. I'm also sorry. Their daughter.
Have you heard from them since?
No.
They're cutting you out.
No, there was a quick text exchange afterwards of me apologizing profusely and her telling me it was fine, but I don't think it's fine. I think she's just being polite. They have a daughter who's 6 years old. Her name's Laura. She's so lovely, and she just loves Sia and Bodhi. She's obsessed with them. So every time she sees them, she's just like, when can we play? When can we play?
She's like an adult compared to Sia and Bodhi.
She really is. So I prepped them all on the way there that, we're going to go see Laura. We're going to go see Laura. It's going to be so fun. Your big sister, Laura. And so we get in the door, and Laura comes running in, and she's like, Sia, Bodhi. And she goes in for a big hug. And they lose their minds, start crying, like, ah! Like
both of them.
Both of them. Strangers. We don't know what's going on. We don't know who these people are when they have met before. And one's hanging on my leg, the other one I'm holding. My coat's not off. My shoes are not even off at this point.
Oh, man.
They're losing their minds.
Did any part of your mind just think at that moment, abort?
I should have.
Like you just walked in the door, you turn around, we're out.
I should have. And Paul went back to the minivan to go get all the stuff because you don't realize when you do a play date, you have to bring all the stuff.
It's like packing for a vacation.
Oh my God, there's so much stuff. So anyway, he went to go get it. So he wasn't even there to help me. So they're just, having this whole tantrum. I'm not even sure why. And Laura's just like, how about a Barbie? How about this dress? How about my tea set?
She's trying everything, pulling all her tricks out.
All the things. And the more she pulls out things, the more Bodhi's like, ah! So anyway, eventually they calm down. They start playing. Then Bodhi starts putting the toys in his mouth.
Oh, no.
And like everything's a hazard. And
Bodhi guy.
Yeah. And I'm like, I forgot. There's all these little pieces that I didn't think of. So
6-year-old toys are very different than 1-year-old toys.
So true. So I couldn't leave the 6-year-old in charge, apparently, and go have some wine.
Right.
That's not allowed.
There's no wine happening. No.
So I couldn't even have a conversation with Serena. Like I was trying to talk to her about like life, but the whole time I'm like, don't eat that, Bodhi. Stop touching your sister.
Zero catch up.
Yeah, it was not good.
What happened at mealtime?
Oh no, mealtime was the worst. We don't have their high chairs. So now they're sitting in our laps, but they don't want to sit in our laps, and they're throwing food. And this house was just spick and span clean, and not after we left. There's food everywhere. They're running away. They're climbing on top of the coffee table. There's no gates on the stairs. So like Paul's standing in front of one set of stairs. I'm standing in front of the other. We're literally chasing them around the kitchen. It was so bad that we got in the car. This was only 2 hours. We got in the car. There was a good silent moment, at least 2 minutes of silence between Paul and I. And Paul's like, so are we going to talk about what just happened in there? And I was like, no.
If I'm Serena and Matt, you ain't coming back.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
Today is World Theatre Day.
Oh, you have to say it with an accent,
World
right?
Theatre. Well, you have to say it with an accent because people may or may not know this about you. Pooj, this is quite obvious, actually. You're probably the most dramatic person I know. Your eyes get wide when you tell mundane stories.
Like, hey, take the garbage out. And then my eyes are popping out of my head.
Popping out of your head. I'm like, that's not that interesting. You studied drama in New York City. Big surprise.
Yes, you can actually study it. Who knew? My poor parents, they were like, we got to pay for this? We got to pay for this?
They're like, you're a natural. You don't need to study this.
Yes, and they saved for, my whole entire life for my education. And then I blew it all in 1 year in New York at this theater
Wait, it was
school.
only 1 year?
Yeah, I was only there for a year. We couldn't afford to stay there anymore. It was so expensive.
Was that always the plan? Go do 1 year and then bail?
No, that was not the plan. Okay. That was not the plan. But in true dramatic fashion, I came back and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
So it worked.
It totally worked. But yeah, so I guess, you get to deal with it now every day. Look where it got
Wonderful.
me.
I'm so glad you got 1/4 of a degree. This has been great.
I learned a lot, though, at that school. It was the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. I learned a lot about acting.
Okay, so what did you learn that you could apply on a day like today, World Theater Day?
Well, you know what? Actually, it's something we apply on this show all the time, and it's something that you also learn in improv. It's also true for when you're doing a scene with a partner, is yes and.
Yes and.
Yes and. So it's like when you have lines that you have to deliver, if you're listening, you're actively listening to your partner, chances are you're probably going to react and play off of whatever it is that they put out there. Even though you know the line's coming, it can be different because you kind of have to be fluid in the moment.
Essentially, you want to keep life in the dialogue. You don't want to squash what they're saying. You got to keep building on it.
Yes, yeah. So, you would never be like, oh, yeah, Pooja, it's a great day outside. I'd be like,
no,
nope.
it's not. Yeah.
Because that's the end of the scene.
Even if I don't agree with you, I'd be like, yeah, it could be better, but, we'll get some sunny breaks even though we're dealing with some rain.
Yes, that is a yes and. So that's good. Another thing I learned was accents, okay? So you know how you hear actors take on an accent in a film and they do it so well, it's very authentic to that dialect?
Always shocked me. Like when I found out that pretty much the whole cast of Succession was British, I was like, what?
What? I know.
Yeah.
And so it's not easy to do, but the way you train yourself is it's all about where the words come from in your mouth. Okay.
Okay. That sounds
so,
funny.
like, you have to think about general English, general American English is in the middle of your mouth. So, when we're talking most of the time, our tongue placement, everything is sort of in the middle of your mouth. You're laughing.
Yeah.
When, let's say, you're doing a Southern accent, it's in the
Goes
back
south?
of your mouth.
Oh.
Yeah. No, back of your mouth.
The back.
So, if you think about like pushing all the words to the back of your mouth,
Right.
you're more likely to be able to have the Southern accent.
Howdy, partner. Want to join me for a smoke out? Yeah, it was from the back.
Yeah, you felt
Okay.
it, right? Okay, so this is what you're supposed to do with a British accent.
The British dialect point of placement is in your lips. So what you want to do is you want to, while always speaking the British dialect, it's as if you had a pencil around your lips and put them around the pencil. It's like you're puckering up, like you're going to kiss someone. And that is your point of placement. That's where we're trying to shoot all the words to.
Okay, it's time for you to try it.
I quite like that.
Yeah, okay, I have a line that I'm just going to pass to you right here. This is what I want you to say. Last evening, whilst walking Coffee the Pooch, I popped into the pub for a cheeky pint. With that in mind, all the words, push them to the front of your mouth as if you have a pencil.
This is great. This isn't even a lie because this is what I did last night. Last evening, whilst walking Coffee the Pooch, I popped into a pub for a cheeky pint.
It's really
Blair's
good.
British. He gets to...
It's really good.
Blair, what do you think?
It was really good.
Blair's giving me the bell.
Yeah, next time I'm going to give you a pencil.
Okay.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast. The nearly impossible question.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
Okay, here it is. If you're in your early 40s, you're likely to start doing this. Gurdeep says he got ahead of this, started in his 30s, but maybe if you're in your early 40s, you remember being in your early 40s, you're likely to start doing this. What is it? Nicole from Orangeville, do you have a guess for a nearly impossible question?
I do. My guess is applying face cream or having some sort of face skincare routine.
Oh, that's such a good guess.
You think Gurdeep started a decade ago, huh?
I did. I'm in my early 30s, and I have started because my mom
Smart.
always told me, if you want to have good skin, start early. Don't wait for the wrinkles to settle.
So true.
Can I just say I wish this was the answer? I like this answer better.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Can we just change? No, we can't change it. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, we wait for things to go bad for us to be like, oh, I should start taking care of my skin.
I mean, society at large is reactive, not proactive. Now this is turning into a larger commentary, but that's just the way we are. We react instead of being. But good for you, Nicole, for getting in front of it.
Thank you.
But that's not the right answer.
When you were in TV. Oh, that's all right. Well, good luck.
Oh yeah, they just threw makeup at our face. We look like old catcher's mitts without makeup. See you, Nicole.
Have a good morning. Good luck.
Okay, so here's the question once again. If you're in your early 40s, you're likely to start doing this. What is it? John from North York saying, go to the doctor?
Bill from Brantford saying, buying reading glasses to read the paper. And,
Yeah.
I'm told that at some point it just happens. Like it's overnight. One day you can see and the next day you can't. The menu is far away from you when you're at the restaurant, or you got to put your light on to even be able to see anything.
Yeah.
It just goes like that.
I caught myself doing it for the first time, pulling something away from my face,
Yes.
small font to read it, and I go, oh no.
If you're in your early 40s, you're likely to start doing this. What do you think it is? Let's go to Etobicoke, Paul.
My guess is either, well, I was going to say glasses too, but I think it's preparing a will.
Oh.
Smart.
Wonderful guess.
Very
we should
smart.
all be doing that.
Absolutely. I did that recently, and it's not the most pleasant thing to go through, but I got to tell you, you feel very responsible when it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Good guess, Paul, but that's not it.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Thanks for taking my call. Bye.
Barbara from Bowmanville, do you know the answer?
Plan for retirement.
Plan for
Oh.
retirement. I like that at 40. That's aggressive. I
That's
like
great.
it.
There are those people who thought they would be retired by 40. There are those people too.
Do you remember Freedom 55? Like that was the
Yes.
thing. Like, yeah, retired 55. What? Who retires at 55 now? Like that's really hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Great guess, Barbara, but that's not it.
All right. Thank you.
William from Scarborough. So in your early 40s, you're more likely to start doing this. What is it?
I'm going to try and narrow this down. Grinding your teeth.
Grinding your teeth.
Does that happen?
Yeah. I started that. I got to wear a night guard.
Really?
Yeah. Started grinding away at the teeth.
What is it about your early 40s that you start grinding your teeth, you think?
Stressful co-host. What? I'm speaking generically.
William, what's it for you?
I'm not sure. Probably stress from the job, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, yes. Just trying to narrow it down a little bit.
Great guess, but that is not it. Thanks for the call.
Thank you. Good morning. Have a good day, folks.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so still looking for the right answer. If you're in your early 40s, you're likely to start doing this. We're getting a lot of texts on the text line that are talking about, eyeglasses, start taking better care of your health, prioritize sleep. I'm going to give out a little clue here and say you're in the wheelhouse because it has to do with your health. It has to do with taking care of your health, but we need a specific answer.
Okay.
The nearly impossible question.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
Still looking for the correct answer to our nearly impossible question. Here it is. If you're in your early 40s, you're likely to start doing this. You gave some hints.
A little hint, just because we're getting a lot of guesses that have to do with health. And yeah, this has to do with taking care of your health. Emily from Toronto, what's your guess?
Good morning. My guess is taking vitamins and minerals and those sort of things like vitamin D, vitamin K, etc.
You got it! I love how specific you went, Emily, with the D and the K. We're just looking for taking vitamins, but you got it.
Thank you.
Emily, how did you know that?
I'm a paramedic, so like when I get a calls, I feel like I see those a lot. So
Interesting. So it starts, I guess, in your early 40s that you start to think about, I need some ginkgo biloba.
Why did you go to ginkgo biloba?
I don't know. Obviously, don't take supplements.
Emily, are you in your early 40s, younger?
I am not. I'm 27.
You're 27, so you don't have to start thinking about vitamins for like at least 13 years, according to this study.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.